Welcome to the FX Viewer overview. FX Viewer is the latest product available by ColorLogic. It is a 3D visualization program for visualizing all your ColorLogic effects on screen in a 3D environment. Simply take a 5-color PDF file, drag and drop onto the FX Viewer. The FX Viewer will then launch and rip your file into a proprietary file format that allows you to be able to see all your different ColorLogic effects on screen. Once the file views on your screen, and loads in. First of all, we have the environment in the background. I'm just going to zoom the file out a little bit. At the moment, I am going to go to my view and I'm going to visualize a metallic ink. So if I click and move on my file, when the light source hits, you'll see how the metallic ink is working in this design. Let's zoom in a little bit. So we can see the metallic ink printing. Notice where we have areas like the Valley Ridge Vineyard and the Orchard Estate. Now when light shines on those areas, where we have the metallic becomes very bright and the Orchard Estate becomes dark. This is actually our dimensional effect technique, and when there's no light shining on it, the Orchard Estate becomes light and the metallic becomes dark. So we can actually visualize all our effects now that are available through our single-click color palettes. What's more, if we want to visualize the file for printing on a foil substrate, such as on an HP Indigo digital press with a white ink, we simply go to Visualize, Foil, and our design is now automatically changed into a foil representation. This is a 3D light box we're actually looking in, so let me just annotate and rotate the file around. So you can actually see how we actually have a 3D light box. So the light source is on the top, and you rotate and move your file. We also have an environment change. We can go into an office environment. What we do here is going to take the same file, the same ripped data, and this is on foil again. We can then see what it would look like in an office environment. Because the light sources are different, the light source in a room that is a greater distance away has a different impact on your print as it would do in a light booth. It's got a more direct overhead light source. So again, we can then change back to a metallic ink to see what the design would look like. So we can now have a really great way of designing with our tools, visualizing on screen, and therefore reducing down the manufacturing costs before you go to proof and print. Because you might find something on your file that you decide doesn't look very good in metallic. What we can also do is change to the channels. So we can either turn the silver separation off so we can see what will our design look like just in CMYK. We can then turn that channel back on and see with the metallic. We can also change between different separations. So what would it look like with just the cyan separation and with the magenta, etc. So now it's a great way to be able to visualize your file and see how colors are overlaying on top. If we go back to composite, this will then show you the file exactly back how it should be. We can zoom in. And I'm just going to go back to visualizing on foil to show you how the foil works. Actually zoom in quite a distance. I'm going to annotate the light source. You'll actually see, I should be able to notice there's like a texture to the foil. So we're actually simulating what the foil texture would look like as well. We can also go to reset, and the reset button will just take it back to the exact same proportions of scale and position. So there we have it. The FX Viewer, the quick, simple and elegant way to visualize your files on screen using the Process Metallic color system.